welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited because I'm finally back with a new tutorial for you guys, and I will be showing y'all how to draw box braids. Yes, I know y'all been asking me to, show y'all how I do it or whatever, but I had to figure out a little way to do it, like, that would be easy for you guys too, because I wasn't exactly sure myself. I was like, you know what, I haven't really drawn box braids as much, so let me figure out a way to, help y'all out with it too. So I figured out a way, and yeah, this is what I'll be showing y'all how to draw. And yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. Okay, you guys, so first things first, I have my red Prismacolor pencil and I have my reference picture, which I will leave down in the links below so you guys can follow along with me. So the first things first, what we want to do is get our geometric shapes out. So the first part I'm going to work on is the right side of her hair, and that's on her right and our left. So basically I'm just drawing out the triangular shape that I see. As you can see, it's kind of like a triangular shape that I'm working with, and so I'm just drawing that out, just making sure to not worry about any of the curves or anything, just making those straight lines. And then the next part I'm working on is the top part of her hair. So I'm still working with those straight lines. And I'm just kind of like, well, I'm slightly rounding it, as you can see, but I'm just making sure that I am focusing on the main shape of the hair before any of the details, because this makes everything so much easier. And I know for all of you guys who have looked at my how to draw locks tutorial or my how to draw hair tutorial, I will tell you guys to start out with that main basic shape first, and to just start out with that basic layout, so then you can worry about the details later. So the next thing we're working on now is the box parts, which is crucial for the box braids because you gotta have those box braid parts. So I'm basically just drawing those in. And you could either just follow along with the reference picture, or you could just draw it how you would like it. Just making sure that the parting is equidistant from each other, or they are like parallel to each other. And then I'm putting in those baby hairs, because we gotta have them baby hairs, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have them laid. And then right here, I'm starting off with the first braid strand, and it's kind of like a snake shape or like a french fry shape. I don't know how I can explain it, but basically it's kind of almost like the same way that we would do for the locks in my lock drawing tutorial, except for it's more tapered off at the end since it's a braid. So basically that's what I'm doing right here, is I'm just putting in all of those strands and just getting those in first before we worry about any details. So yeah, you guys can just follow along and draw this with me as I draw them in, and just focusing on basically just drawing them within the shape, because I can't really explain it as much as I could show it to you. But yeah, just make sure you're drawing those strands within that shape. Okay, you guys, so now I'm going to show you all how to draw the braid. I'm going to show you two ways. Well, actually, the first way is how not to draw the braid, and this was the way I used to do it because I just wasn't really sure how to draw them. But then I found out a better way to draw them. But yeah, I used to do like this zigzag line, which is like halfway right, and then I would like go in the outskirts of it and like round it out. But I realized, yeah, it wasn't the best way to do it. But yeah, this is how I would do it. But I guess you could do it this way if you had like really tiny braids and you couldn't really tell. But then I ended up finding out a better way, which was like making these T shapes. Like you kind of like make the T that goes a little bit across and then kind of connect them all together. You see how I did that? So kind of like make these little brick T shapes, and then you kind of just curve those lines out. So this was like my little quick way of drawing a braid, but I do have a realistic way, which I'll do another video on how to draw a realistic type braid, but this is just my fast way of drawing a braid since we're drawing like small braids. But yeah, this way definitely makes the braid look more realistic. So yep, this is how I do it. Sorry that you can't really see because my hand is in the way, y'all. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so that's how I do the braids. So basically I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to draw them into these strands that I made over here. So you guys can just go ahead and just follow along with me. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it in time lapse, and yeah, so you can just fill it in with those little T shapes first, and then I'm gonna go back in with a pencil, and then I'm gonna round it out with the pencil, so we can just basically focus on the basic shapes of the braid right now. Okay, so now I'm just going in with the pencil right here, and basically I'm just starting to round out the braids and just basically flesh it out so we can, you know, get the braids more realistic. So that's what I really like about the Prismacolor pencil. You can just sketch out the main shape of the braid, which is like those T shapes, and then you could go in with your pencil and just flesh it all out to round out the braids so they can come to life. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing this part, and then I'm going to shade them in a minute. Okay, so now for the shading. Now, to be honest, I got a little bit lazy here, you guys, because the braids are small. I could just make like little basic strokes, just like where the areas of like in the middle part where I did like the little zigzag in the middle, just to darken that up so you could give it more depth and stuff. Just basically making like little strokes within the braid, and leaving a little bit of it white so you could still see some of it. And then I would like darken some areas in between the braids just to show that there's depth within the braids, that there's more braids behind there and all of that. But yeah, basically that's what I did there. And so you basically don't have to worry about all that detail, you know, but definitely stay tuned in the future when I have my realistic braids tutorial if you want to do bigger braids, and then you can see how I do the braid right there. But yeah, you guys, this is how I shade them. And I decided to do like a jumbo braid style, since, you know, if I did like a regular box braids, you guys, that would have taken forever. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna just do jumbo braids. But yeah, you guys, this is how I shade them. And yeah, thanks so much for watching this tutorial. Make sure that you guys stay tuned for the outro. And yeah, I hope this all helped you all. Okay guys, so that was my tutorial. I hope you all learned something from it, and thanks so much for watching, you guys. Also stay tuned for my next video I'm going to be posting, which is a how to draw a realistic braid tutorial, so you guys could just see how I do it the realistic way. And yeah, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all on my next video. Peace and love, and God bless my homies. Bye.